remember what Blue Jays fans were saying earlier in the season? A lot of it had to do with the bullpen. Hey, this is a really good team. If only the bullpen was a whole lot better. Well, haven't things changed nicely? And for more on the members of that bullpen, let's go to Camden Yards. There is Barry Davis.
It's amazing, Jamie, because that was really the biggest issue with Blue Jays fans for the first half of the season. What are you going to do about this bullpen? They knew they had Roberto Osuna, and then all of a sudden you get Jason Grillo, you got that 1-2 punch, but now all of a sudden you're getting contributions from others. We've seen what Benoit has done, but how about Joe Biagini, the guy that was the Rule 5 pickup? We weren't even sure if he was going to make the team out of camp. He's made the team. He's pitched 55 and a third innings. He has a 2.28 ERA and has not allowed a home run at all this season.
Joe's had tremendous growth during the year. You know, he's done such a terrific job, and it's been a pleasure just to watch him work, stay in his routines. He's a odd character as far as his routines go, but they work for him. He's got a lot of keys that he concentrates on, and he's put a lot of nice things together and been able to help the team out, and not only in goals in the 6th and 7th inning, but as you saw late in the game last night. So it was a lot of fun, and it continues to be a lot of fun to watch him.
I would say he's making a great impression, and last night was true evidence of that. You know, big situation, and just to see him as a young guy get out of that and do what he's been doing all year long, it's a testament to who he is, and he figured it out early.
Here's Ben Nicholson-Smith, and Ben, yeah, we were just talking about the bullpen and how it has really become a big asset for this Toronto Blue Jays. It's really taken shape, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, and I think you're starting to see some more defined roles. I mean, a guy like Joaquin Benoit, and last night we saw him, of course, in that 9th inning, but really he's become that 7th inning guy, someone that they can really trust, and ever since he's been over here, he hasn't allowed an earned run, which tells you how effective he's been. You throw in Joe Biagini into that mix, and they've been very good.
The Blue Jays are going to have to make a roster move to bring Aaron Sanchez back, and I guess the thinking is it's probably going to be a guy like Bo Schultz, but there's going to be some relievers coming back in time for Friday's game in Tampa. How is that going to kind of fill out the bullpen?
I think that it can give the Blue Jays a little bit more depth. A guy like Ryan Tepera, who has been up and down a few times this season, can come back and give the Blue Jays another option. I think, too, left-handed relief looks like a weakness on this team right now, just because you only have one left-hander, Brett Cecil, so you could see the Blue Jays add someone like an Aaron Loup, maybe even a Shad Gerardo. So that would allow the Blue Jays to go to different relievers at different times, some low-leverage spots. You're going to have a lot of different choices to go to, and that can just make things a little bit easier for John Gibbons.
We've seen over the course of the season, watching these two teams play each other, the offenses you can draw a lot of comparisons to. There are similarities, but when it comes to the starting pitching, it's night and day.
It really is, and I think first and foremost that comes down to the innings. When you look at the Blue Jays, they lead Major League Baseball in innings pitched from their rotation, and that has gone a long way toward establishing consistency with the Blue Jays this year. You just look at every day, you know you're probably going to get 5, 6, 7 innings from your starters, and that can allow for teams to really build a stable base. And the Orioles, by contrast, 29th in baseball, last in the American League, and I think that explains a lot of their struggles.
Well, we heard Dane Johnson talking about a little bit of the oddball side of Joe Biagini. Well, that oddball is going to join me later on in the show. We go one-on-one. We'll hear a little bit about some of the routines he does prior to games when he spends at least a half an hour in the bullpen by himself without a baseball.
Leading off,